Before I bring in one of my favorite people in the world, editor-at-large of RedState, Kira Davis, I want to play this for you. I want to play it for her. I want to play it again for you. And I want you to remember something. They're going after your kids. What are you going to do about it? Watch this from Nickelodeon.
Baby blue, pink and white represent transgender people because every letter in LGBTQ plus is equal. And black and brown represent the queer and trans people of color. Doesn't it just fill you with pride, showing who you are on the inside? Wave that pride flag up high, be true to you. Show your pride, wave those flags, everybody.
Kira Davis, why should I care about preserving this culture at all?
Wow. I hadn't seen that, Jesse. I hadn't seen that. Okay, look, this is what I'm going to say. I got to pull it together because I'm on TV here. All right. I would love to see conservatives push back against the trans agenda in entertainment and in our school system the way we push back against critical race theory. I think critical race theory is easier for conservatives to grasp onto because it has a racial component to it, and Black people are in a minority in this country. But the LGBT community is in a vocal majority, obviously not a statistical majority, but we have allowed ourselves to kind of be cowed by that. We can somehow resist the criticism on critical race theory, but we can't seem to resist the criticism when it comes from the LGBTQ community. And I think it's getting to dangerous levels here. And
okay.
So I think we maybe need to think about, I get it, like, you got to pick your battle, you got to know where it is. I'm not asking that you stand on every street corner and protest, but I do think it is time for us to really get vocal and strong about pushing back on this stuff. It's not okay. It doesn't even represent a significant portion of the United States. You know, LGBTQ plus A, whatever, that whole group, statistically speaking, liberally, the estimates are probably about 3%. So we're letting 3% of the population dictate to us what our children see as entertainment. I mean, I was reading a piece this morning about the idea of parents now being subjected to gender reassignment clinics for their kids, you know, and their kids will be taken away. Or the CPS will be called on them if they don't go along with this transgender identity that is really a social contagion at that age for sure. And I'm flabbergasted. Conservatives, you got to stop this. You cannot be afraid of the criticism here. This is absolutely dangerous and irresponsible. It's disgusting. I'm not okay.
I'm not either, Kira. I mean, you know me, I'm not a yeller and a screamer. I'm not one of these guys with my blood pressure boiling out of my head. I absolutely lost it in the opening show when I saw it because these are our kids. Like you mentioned CRT, and CRT is communist Marxist filth. The only thing I will push back on you is conservatives waited forever to push back on that until it got so bad and so insidious and so in your face, and then they finally pushed back on it. Is that what it's going to take for this? I mean, I don't understand. It makes no sense. Yeah.
How much further can it go? Do we need a freaking cartoon show? And now we're not just. Yeah. Don't let these people gaslight you. We are not just talking about TV shows and freaking drag queens reading stories to your kids at the library. That's not what this is. We're talking about the government coming into your house and taking your child from you because you don't want to cut off her breasts at 12 years old or 13 years old. Get mad. Get angry. This is an absolute abomination. Did you watch that? Did you just watch that clip? Did that guy look inviting to you? Do you ever see the pictures of the drag queen story hours? There's a reason why drag queens aren't for children. They're freaking scary. It's an adult medium. And then we're taking this and presenting it to children like it's some kind of education. It's garish. It will continue to affect your family until you decide to take a stand. We fought this fight here in California, Jesse. We fought this 2 years ago. We lost it in the school systems. And I went on every show and every TV show that would take me and hear me out. And we still were called horrible people, and we still were torn down by Human Rights Commission who runs our curriculum here now. We lost. Don't be like us. There's coming
Kira,
a day when this will be mandated.
I have this theory, and this is just a theory, that the cultural Marxists here in this country, they chose to attack our niceness because we are a Christian-based nation. No, I don't care if that offends anybody, by the way. Save your emails. We are a Christian-based nation. That's what we are. We're a nation founded on Christianity. And because that affected our laws are based on whatever your nation's religion is. That DNA went through us. Not saying everyone's a Christian, but because we're a Christian nation, they thought they could go after that equality, love everyone thing, and that's how they shamed so many people into it. I mean, everyone knows I'm a huge jerk. I find that to be the biggest compliment in the world because I think our niceness is what has doomed us. Nobody wants to get called a racist or anti-LGBT or anything, so nobody says the simple truth anymore. No one wants to have a serious conversation about anything anymore because everyone wants to be known as nice. Nobody wants to be known as effective, and they used our Christianity against us. Am I wrong?
Well, yeah, that's historical, though. I mean, you look at, and it is a concerted effort because no one's going to beat America militarily, even at this moment with our military being pretty weak. We still have the technology, maybe not the willpower, but technically speaking, we can level any country on the face of this earth. We'll take heavy losses, but even China we could take care of fairly easy if we wanted to like break a lot of knees. But that is why the intelligent move, the strategic move was to shift from battling us militarily to battling us on the ground of ideas, the battlefield of ideas, because Americans are so comfortable that we now can have our freedom turned against us. And that is what is happening right now, where they're using, this started after 9/11, when we got a huge incursion of Muslim immigrants who actually weren't interested in assimilating to this country. For them, it felt like kind of a takeover. I'm not saying all of them, but there was, and we were having this discussion then, which is the idea that they were going to come in here and work from the inside rather than try to just fly planes into our buildings until we acquiesce, which was never going to happen. And if you think that that's racist, then you look at what happened in Minnesota. That's why you have Ilhan Omar. She shifted the Somalian Muslim immigrant community, which came but never assimilated, shifted the entire culture of Minneapolis. And now you have Ilhan Omar, a sitting congresswoman who calls America a terrorist. We did it because we didn't stand up hard strong enough because we were all so scared of having our words misrepresented and being called Islamophobes or whatever. And instead of being patriots. And patriotism is not a bad word. Patriotism is the idea that your culture as it stands is valuable to be protected.
Amen. Patriotism creates a sense of duty in a citizen that loves their country. That citizen is going to better their country. And a citizen that hates their country, well, they don't care what happens to their country. And that's exactly what's happened now. That scale's gotten way out of whack. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me. Thanks.